Hello viewers, myself Dr. Ritika. Welcome to the channel, and I'll be interviewing Dr. Nikita, who has achieved a very good rank this year in the NEET PG. First of all, congratulations to you and your family. Very well, congratulations. So let me introduce you first to our viewers. Dr. Nikita has achieved an All India rank of 8 in NEET UG, and she has pursued her MBBS in Maulana Azad Medical College, Delhi. After that, she has achieved one rank of 198 in INICT May 2025 and All India rank of 491 in NEET PG 2025. So, Nikita, how are you feeling now?
First of all, thank you, Dr. Nikita, for thank you, Dr. Ritika. Actually, we have very similar names, so it's very confusing. Thank you, Dr. Ritika, for inviting me to your channel. And I'm feeling very happy. Of course, it's such a big achievement, and for after a long time and long awaited, my family is also very proud of me. And so, yeah.
So, do you have any plans for ahead? Like, do you have a dream branch or a dream college you're thinking of?
I always like when I was in my college, as as every student, I didn't knew what I wanted to do, but as we go to our posting clinical postings, then I realized that clinical postings, like I didn't enjoy it going to wards and taking histories. So I thought like I need something which is at the back of the back at the back end. So most of my seniors suggested that radiology would suit you, so I wanted to pursue radiology in that way. And after reading radiology, I felt that it is more like a medicine branch, but you don't have to take care of the patients and you get to study all of the body parts. So
True.
that's very interesting.
That is true. So you have also scored a very good rank in INICT this year. So why didn't you pursue with that?
Uh, so yeah, INISET, I got 198 rank in this INISET, but I did apply for counseling in INISET, but I couldn't get any radiology seat in even all of the peripheral branches. So I thought, why not give it a try at NEET PG, because I was very sure of taking my branch, and always branch takes precedence over the college. So
That is
I gave
true.
it a
That
chance
is true.
myself.
Okay, so we'll talk about the studies now. So what was your study pattern? Did you studied online or offline? How many hours did you study? What was your pattern?
So I started my dedicated preparation around 7 months back, around last October. I took Cerebellum Academy as my coaching, and my main source was BTR only. Uh, I did like in 1.5 month. I did the whole of the BTR, and I got a gist of everything, so that what all subjects are there, what all syllabus is there. So I gave with that confidence my November INSET with 1.5 month of preparation, and I secured rank 2900 in that INSET. So seeing that rank, it gave me some confidence that yeah, I could do this. So I built on that BTR only. BTR was my main source, and I annotated my BTR with every lap of exam and discussion sessions, whatever Cerebellum had in it. And so yeah, matlab, like in every 1.5 month they changed the session. So I did almost like 5 revisions of the whole ENDs. What I feel is like students always pursue main videos of any platform, but what advice or like my thinking is that if you complete the whole syllabus in 1 or 2 months from whatever source you're doing, just gather your whole source in 1 to 2 months. That's the max target, and do multiple revisions of that rather than doing a big source that you won't be able to revise later on.
Hmm. That
Yes.
is true. That is a good advice. So, did you had a strict study plan, or were
Uh,
you able to follow that if you had one?
Everyone tries to make a plan, but as we all know, no one can follow. the plans properly. So yeah, like every student, I always used to make so many timetables that this many hours I'll do choti copy, this many hours I'll do, but no one can do that, follow that 100%. But it's that even if you can follow whatever timetable you're making or whatever targets you're setting for yourself, if you are able to follow 60 to 70% of that, that is more than good enough. No one can complete the whole syllabus. It's such a vast syllabus and it is never ending, even if you prepare for 10 years.
That is true. That is true. So, what was your revision strategy? Because obviously, it's a very vast syllabus.
Right.
So, what did you do for that?
As I mentioned earlier, cerebellum helped me a lot in revision strategy, because they were always coming up with new classes, like we will start this mission classes, we will start this session of TND 3.0, 4.0,
Mm-hmm.
2.0. So I used to follow that, but I won't say religiously. For whatever energy I had and whatever my capability, I tried to follow that. So I think that even if students should not get disheartened if they are not able to follow any schedule 100%. So I almost like did 60% of all the sessions, and that together accumulated into a good result. So take any platform and follow that. Like, do all the syllabus revision in 1.5 months and try to do at least 4 and 5 revisions before the main exam, whatever schedule you are trying to follow.
Okay. So, did you faced burnout anytime?
Yeah, like for some days there are always days when you don't feel like doing.
What kept you motivated for that? Like to come
Yeah.
back to the routine again?
For me, I knew in my heart, because I took 1.5 year break going to US and pursued my uh, tried out the USMLE path, and I came back on my own decision. So I knew in my heart that I want a radiology seat and I had to do this. All of my batchmates are ahead, and that is one thing, like a branch I want, and I knew that this is not possible with a very, I needed a very good rank. So that thought process kept me going. But of course, there are always days when you feel low. So I used to watch Dr. Ravi sir's motivational videos. I like him a lot.
Okay.
And Dr. Apoor sir's videos, they always like helped me a lot. And also, like, on days whenever I didn't feel studying, I usually opened YouTube and randomly watched any image based discussions or any discussions each platform had put out. So that really helps rather than doing nothing on the days which are whenever
Burnout
you
days.
feel low. Yeah, rather than doing nothing, go for passive study, go for watch any videos, so you'll be doing at least 20-30% rather than giving zero output.
So you mentioned that you had like put in 1.5 year into USMLE path. So what do you feel the differences between USMLE and NEET PG?
First of all, the difference is about the time you have to give into, and of course about the cost in the
Hmm.
USMLE pathway. And above that also, it's a very lonely journey. People, you have to figure out all of the path yourself. I figured out all how the J1 visa works, how the observerships. You're very alone, so it's very easy to lose out hope. And you go in a new country, you won't have your friends, you won't have your family around. So that was a major breakthrough from me, that I didn't want to stay in a place that I couldn't go
Hmm.
back for 1.5 year, and I couldn't see my parents, I couldn't see my friends. So that was the major uh,
Come back
yeah,
for yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So for an MBBS student, what do you think is the ideal time to start preparing for NEET PG?
Um, I would suggest, like, during my MBBS, I did first and second year very thoroughly. I redid all the textbooks, Robbins, be it Apoor Shastri. Robbins was my favorite book during my MBBS. So I feel like nowadays students are buying Marrow subscription, Prep Ladder
Yeah.
subscription, all the subscriptions in the first year. That is a very that that is very disheartening to see, because you will not get to feel the love of books, you'll not get to see the depth of the subjects that MBBS is providing. So I suggest that for during the first second year, no one should buy any subscriptions, they should focus on textbooks, because whatever anyone says, the textbooks always help in your, not even the exams, but in your overall development and in overall your clinical acumen. But in third year, you can, yeah, you can always buy any subscription and start preparing for third and final year subjects, but not as if like you are inbuilt that in 6 months I have to complete the syllabus. Go with the flow and do your MBBS. You have to enjoy your MBBS also. So, but in internship, you have to do
Pull
the
up your
final
socks.
pull up. Yeah, pull up your socks and do the
Mm-hmm.
final preparation.
Okay. So your final advice to our NEET PG aspirants for the next year?
Yeah. So, what, like when I started my preparation last year, uh, I felt that nowadays there are so many sources available, so many PDFs, and it's very easy to get lost in all of the PDFs. I myself got lost in like 1.5 month that this PDF is also seeming good, this source is also looking good. So I feel like students should not go into just choose any one PDF, any one subject, any one teacher, and blindly follow that, because it's very easy to lose hope and have the FOMO of that what if the other thing is better. But yeah, so I would suggest that whatever source you're choosing, whatever books you're choosing, whatever strategy you're following, follow it religiously and do it multiple times.
Okay. Thank you so much, Nikita, for sharing your journey today with us. And I hope that this experience will inspire other and guide many other NEET PG aspirants. So, wishing you all the best for your future. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Ritika, for welcoming me, and I wish all the viewers all the best for their future aspirations. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.